Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Nazifri Atraryadi from International Accounting class, from Sustainability Accounting class. And in this video, I want to explain about uh, about our material after midterm exam. And before that, I will uh, to say Aidin wal faizin, mohon maaf lahir dan batin for Muslim member in the class, right? Okay. Uh, in this video, I want to tell you about my presentation. Uh, in this material is sustainability reporting principles. Okay. What gonna our discussion in this moment? The first is principle for defining reporting content, and the second is principle for defining report quality, and the third is step of defining the report content, and the last one is the GRI standard 2021. Okay, principles. The reporting principles are fundamental to achieving high quality sustainability reporting. The reporting principle play an important role in achieving transparency in sustainability reporting and so therefore be applied by all organizations when preparing sustainability report. An organization is required to apply this reporting principle if it wishes to claim that a sustainability report has been prepared in accordance with the GRI standard. The implementation guidelines describe the mandatory process that organization must follow in taking decision to comply with the reporting principle. Based on GRI 2016, these principles are divided into two groups. Number one is principle for determining reporting content, and the second is principle for determining report quality. This is the principle for defining report content describe the process to be applied to identify what report content should be discussed, taking into account the activities, impact, and expectation and and substantive interest of the stakeholder. The principle for determining report quality provides guidance in the form of option to ensure the quality of information in sustainability report, including its proper presentation. The quality of information is important to enable stakeholders to make sound performance appraisal and take appropriate action. Its principle consists of a definition and explanation how to apply the principle and a test. Testing is intended as a self-diagnosis tool, no, not as a specific disclosure to report. Okay. Next is principle for defining report content. Principle for defining report content consists of four principles. The first is stakeholder engagement. The second is sustainability context. The third is materiality, and the last one is completeness. Okay. Stakeholder engagement. The organization shall identify its stakeholder and explain how the organization has responded to their reasonable expectation and interest. Stakeholder are defined as entities or individual that can reasonably be expected to be significantly by the reporting organization activities, product, or service, or whose action can reasonably be expected to affect the ability of the organization to implement its strategies or achieve its objective. This includes, but is not limited to, entities or individual whose right under law or international convention provide them with legitimate claims fees the organization. Stake can include employees and other workers, shareholders, suppliers, vulnerable groups, local communities, and NGOs or other civil society organization, among others. When making decision about the contents of its report, the organization is to consider the reasonable expectation and interest of stakeholder. This includes those who are unable to articulate their view and whose concern are presented by proxies, for example, NGOs acting on their collective behalf, and those with whom the organization cannot be in constant or obvious dialogues with the organization is expected uh, to identify a process for taking such a view into account uh, when determining whether to topic it is material. A process of stakeholder engagement can serve as the as tool for understanding the reasonable expectation and interest of stakeholders as well their information needs. An organization typically initiative different types of stakeholder engagement as a part of its regular activities, which can provide useful input for decision on reporting. These include roadline engagement to inform ongoing organizational or business processes. Stakeholder engagements based on systematic or generally accepted approaches, methodologies, or principle can also be implemented specifically to inform the preparation of this report. Other means that can be used to satisfy this principle include monitoring the media, engaging with the specific scientific community, the media, or collaborate activities with peer and stakeholders. The overall approach is to be sufficiently effective so that stakeholders' information need are properly understood. It is important that the means used are capable of identifying direct input from stakeholder as well as legitimately established societal expectation. Moreover, an organization can encounter conflict view or expectation among its stakeholders, and is expected to be able to explain how it balanced then when making decision about its reporting. For it to be possible to assure the report process and data, it is important for the organization to document its approach for identifying stakeholders, deciding which stakeholder to uh, deciding for it to be possible to assure the report process and data, it is important for the organization to be document its approach for identifying stakeholders, deciding which stakeholder to engage with and how and when to engage with them, and how engagement has influenced the report content. and the organization activities, report and services. Systematic stakeholder engagement executed properly, it is likely to result in ongoing learning within the organization, as well as increased accountability to a range of stakeholder. Accountability strengthens trust between the organization and its stakeholder. Trust in turn strengthens the credibility of the report. Okay. The next is uh, sustainability content. The report should present the organization performance in broader content of sustainability. Information on the performance is expected to be placed in content. The underlying question of sustainability reporting is how an organization contributes or aims to contribute in the future to the improvement or deterioration of economic, environmental, and social condition at the local, regional, or global level. For example, this can mean that in addition to reporting on trends in eco-efficiency, the organization can also present its absolute pollution loading in relation to the capacity of the regional ecosystem to absorb the pollutant. Therefore, the aim is to present the organization performance in relation to broader concept of sustainability. This is involves examining its performance in the context of the limits and demands placed on economic, environmental, or social resources at the sectoral, local, regional, or global levels. This concept is often articulate with respect to the environment in terms of global limits on resources and pollution level, but it is also relevant with respect to social and economic objectives such as national or international social economic and sustainable development goals. For example, the organization can report on wage or social benefit level in relation to nation-wide minimum and median income levels. It can also report on the capacity uh, of social safety nets to absorb those in poverty or those living close to the poverty line. An organization operating in diverse range of location, size, and sector, it is expected to consider how to best frame its overall performance in the broader context of sustainability. This can require distinguish between factors that drive global impact, such as climate change, and those that have regional or level uh, or local impact, such as community development. When reporting on topic that have positive or negative local impact, it's important to provide insight into how the organization affect communities in different location. It is equally important for the organization to distinguish between patterns of impact across the range of its operation, contextualizing performance localization by location. The relationship between sustainability and organizational strategy is expected to made clear in the report, as well as the context in which disclosure are made. Okay, the next principle is materiality. Materiality is the report shall cover topic that reflect the reporting organization's significant economic, environmental, and social impact, or substantively influence the assessment and decision of stakeholder. Okay, An organization is faced by with a wide range of topic on which it can report. Relevant topic which is potentially merit inclusion in the report are those that can reasonably be considered important for reflecting the organizational economic, environmental, and social impact or influencing the decision of stakeholder. In this context, impact refer to the effect on organization has on the economy, the environment, and or society, positive or negative. And topic can be relevant and so potentially material based on only one of this dimension. In financial reporting, materiality is commonly took of as a threshold for influencing the economic decision of the using an organization financial statement investor in particular. A similar concept is also important in sustainability reporting, but it is concerned with two dimension. The example, a wide range of impact and stakeholder. In sustainability reporting, materiality is the principle that determines which relevant topic are sufficiently important that is essential to report on them. Not all material topic are equal importance, and the emphasis within a report is expected to reflect their relative priority. A combination of internal and external factor can be considered when assessing whether a topic is material. This include the organization overall mission and competitive strategy and the concern with expert directly by stakeholder. Materiality can also be determined by broader social expectation and by the organization influence on the upstream entities such as suppliers or downstream entities such as customer. Uh, assessment by materiality assessment of materiality are also expected to take into account the expectation expressed in international standard and agreement with which the organization is expected to comply. The internal and external factor are to be considered when evaluating the importance of the information for reflecting significant economic, environmental, and or social impact, and or for stakeholders decision making. Various methodologies can be used to assess the significant or impact. In general, significant impact are those that are subject or established concern for expert communities or that have been identified using establishing tools such as impact assessment methodologies or life cycle assessment. Impact that are considered important enough to require active management or engagement by the organization are likely to consider significant. Applying the principle ensure that the report priorities material topic. Other the relevant topic can be included but not less prominence. It is important that the organization can explain the process by which it determined the priority of topic. Okay. The next is uh, completeness. Completeness is the report shall include coverage of material topic and their boundaries sufficient to reflect significant economic and environmental and social impact and to enable stakeholders to assess the reporting organization performance in the reporting report. Completeness primarily encompasses the report dimension, the list of material topic covered in the report, topic boundaries, and time. The concept of completeness can also refer to practice in information collection. For example, ensuring that compliant data includes results from all entities where impact occurs, and whether the presentation of information is reasonable and appropriate. These issues are also related to report quality and are addressed in greater detail under the principle of accuracy and balance. Okay. The next topic is principle for defining report quality. There are several principles in defining report quality. The first is balances. The second is comparability. The third is accuracy. The next is timeless, clarity, and reliability. Okay, let us discuss topic by one. The first is on balance. The report should reflect both positive and negative aspect of the organization performance to allow for reasonable assessment of the organization overall performance. This principle is designed to reflect the fact that information can be expressed in many different ways, from qualitative responses to detailed quantitative measurement. The characteristics that define accuracy vary depending on the nature of the information and who using it. For example, the accuracy of qualitative information can be affected by its degree of clarity and detail, and its balance with respect to the topic boundary. The accuracy of the quantitative information can be depend on the specific method used gather, compile, and analyze data. Moreover, the topic's threshold of accuracy can depend partly on the intent use the information. Certain decision by stakeholder require a higher level of accuracy in reported information than other. Okay. The second is balance. The reported information should reflect positive and negative aspect of the reporting organization performance to enable a recent assessment of overall performance. The overall presentation of the report content is expected to provide an unbiased picture of the organization performance. The report is expected to avoid selection, omission, or presentation format that are reasonably likely to unduly or inappropriately influence a decision of judgment by the report reader. The report is expected to include both favorable and unfavorable result as well as information that can influence the decision of stakeholder in proportion to detail materiality. The report is also expected to distinguish clearly between fact and the organization in interpretation of them. Okay, the next is clarity. Clarity is the reporting organization so make information available in a manner that is understandable and accessible to stakeholder using that information. The information is expected to present information in a way that is understandable, accessible, and usable by the organization range of stakeholder, whether in print form or talk other channel. It is important that stakeholder are able to find the information they want about reasonable effort. Information is expected to be present in manner that is comprehensible to stakeholders who have a reasonable understanding of the organization and its activities. Graphic and consolidated data tables can help to make information in the report accessible and understandable. The level of aggregation of information can also affect the clarity of the report. If it is more or less detailed than stakeholder is expect. Okay, the next is comparability. The report organization shall select, compile, and report information consistently. The reported information shall be presented in the manner that enable stakeholders to analyze change in the organization performance over time. The and that called support analysis relative to other organization. Comparability is necessary for evaluating performance. It is important that that stakeholders are able to compare information on the organization current economic, environmental, and social performance against the organization past performance. Its objective and to the degrees possible against the performance of other organization. Consistently allows internal and external parties to benchmark performance and assess progress as part of rating activities, investment decision, advocacy program, and other activities. Comparison between organization require sensitively to factors such as the organization size, geographic influence, and other consideration that can affect the relative performance of organization. When necessary, it is important to provide contents that help report users understand the factor that can contribute to difference in impact or performance between organization. To facilitate comparability over time, it is important to maintain consistency in the method used to calculate data, the layout of the report, and explanation of method and assumption used to prepare information, as the importance of topic and organization and its stakeholder can change over time. The change of report can also evolve. However, within the confines of the materiality principle, the organization is expected to aim for consistency in its report over time. The organization is expected to include the total number, that is absolute data, such as tons of waste, as well as ration, that is normalized data, such as waste per unit of production to enable analytical comparison. Change can occur with respect to material topic boundaries, the length of the reporting period or information, including the design, definition, and use of disclosure in the report. When this happens, the reporting organization is expected to present current disclosure alongside restatement or historic data or vice versa. That this can ensure that information and comparison are reliable and meaningful over time. When such as restatement are not provided, the organization is expected to give sufficient explanation for interpreting current disclosure. Okay, the next is reliability. Reliability is meaning the reporting organization shall gather, record the compile, analyze and report information and processes use the preparation of the report in a way that they can be subject to examination and establishes the quality and materiality of the information. It is important that stakeholders are confident that the report can be checked to establish the veracity of its content and the extent to which the reporting principle have applied. Individual other than those who prepared to report and report are expected to be able to report to review internal control or documentation that report the information in the report. Disclosure about the reporting organization impact or performance that are not substantiated by evidence do not need to appear in the sustainability report unless they represent material information and the report provides an ambiguous explanation of any uncertainties associated with the information. The decision making processes underlying the report are the to be documented in a manner that allow for the examination of a key decision, such as the processes for determining the report content and topic boundaries or stakeholder engagement. If the organization design information system for its reporting, it is expected to anticipate the system can be examined as a part of an external assurance process. Okay. The next is timelines. The reporting organization shall report on regular schedule so that information is available in time for stakeholder to make informed decision. The usefulness of information is closely tied to whether it is available in time for stakeholders to integrate it into their decision making. Timeless refer to the regularity of inform or of reporting as well as its proximity to the impact described in the report. Although the consultant flow or information is desirable for certain purpose, the reporting organization is expected to commit to regularly providing consolidated disclosure of its economic, environmental, and social impact at the single point in time. Consistency in a frequency of reporting and the length of reporting period is also necessary to enable the comparability of information over time and the report accessibility to stakeholders. It can be valuable for stakeholder if the schedules for sustainability reporting and other form of reporting, in particular financial reporting, are aligned. The organization is expected to balance the need to provide information in the time manner with the need to ensure that the information is reliable, including any restatement of previous disclosure. Okay. This is the last moment of principle for defining report quality. The next is the development of GRI 2021. Okay, in GRI 2021, there is change of principle of sustainability report. So in GRI 2021, along with the change in GRI 2021, the two grouping above the combined into the one type reporting principle only. The principles that in GRI 2021 are as follow: accuracy, and the next is balance, clarity, comparability, completeness, sustainability context, timelines, and verifiability. Okay, what is accuracy? Accuracy is the information soul report information that is correct and sufficiently detailed along an assessment of organization impact. Balance is the organization soul report information in unbiased way and provides a fair representation of the organization, negative or positive impact. Clarity, the organization soul present information in a way that is accessible and understandable. Comparability, that the organization shall select compile and report information consistently to enable an analysis of change in organization impact over time and analysis of this impact relative to those of other organization. Okay, completeness is the organization should provide sufficient information to enable an assessment of the organization impact during the period. Sustainability context, the organization should report information about its impact in the wider context of sustainable development. Timelines, or the organization should report information on regular schedule and make it available in time for information user to make decision. Verifiability, the organization shall gather, record, compile, and analyze information in such a way that the information can be examined to establish its quality. Okay, the next our discussion is step of defining report content. Okay, uh, this section describe the step of organization can take to determine the specific content of a report. The step described have been designed to provide guidance on how to apply the principle for defining report content. While the following steps are not a requirement to meet a criteria for compliance with the guidelines, application of the reporting principle is a requirement. The reporting principle are critical to achieving transparency in sustainability reporting and should therefore be applied by all organizations when compiling a sustainability report. The principle for determining report content are applied to identify the information to be disclosed, taking into account the activities, impacts, substantive expectation, and interest of stakeholders. There are four principles determined for defining report content: materiality, stakeholder relation, sustainability context, and completeness. Each reporting principle has two components: a definition and explanation of how and why the principle are applied. Organizations should consider both of components. Uh, Application of the methodology in the following step can be differently in each organization. There are special circumstances such as business model, sector operational context, geography, culture and law, ownership structure, and the size and nature of the impact that affect how the organization identifies material aspect and other material topic to be reported on. Taking into account the specificity in the organization, the step to determine the content of the report are expected to be systematic, documented, and repeatable, and used consistently in each reporting period. Change that occur in assessment approach and their implication are expected to be documented. Okay, in this uh slide, we can the stakeholder relation are implemented throughout the process at various level with reporting step and principle. We can look step by step. There are four step, yeah. Step identification, priori prioritization, validation, and the last is review. Every step can be have relationship between the principle of sustainability reporting, uh, such as context, continuity, materiality, completeness, stakeholder engagement, and other principle until the this product the reporting sustainable. Okay, can let us discuss one by one of step. Step one is identify. This process begin by conducting the information of aspect and other relevant topic and boundaries which are considered for reporting. This identification is based on principle of sustainability context and stakeholder engagement when assessing a range of possible relevant topic. Organizations so conduct text conduct tests on the basis of the boot principle, determine material aspect on boundaries, process overview. This section describe the step an organization can take the determine the specific content of the report. The organization shall identify other relevant aspect and topic based on the impacts associated with all activities, product, service, and relationship, regardless of whether the impact occur within or outside the organization. For organization that are new to sustainability reporting, they we usually focus on the impact that occur within the organization. Then as reporting practices mature, impact outside the wider organization must be considered. Okay, the step of number two is prioritization. The step, the next step in determine report content is prioritizing aspect and other relevant topic from step one. They identify material matter and to be reported. Priorities must be based on the principles of materiality and stakeholder involvement. When the setting priority level, organizations should test the basis for these two principles. Okay, the step number three is validation. The step is followed by validation in which the principle of completeness and stakeholder engagement are applied to finalize to the process of identifying report content. When validating identified material aspect or other material topic, the organization shall conduct a test of the basis of these two principles. The result of the first three steps above is a list of material aspect and other material topic and boundaries. The final list of material aspect and other material topic will determine what what list of specific standard disclosure the organization shall develop with the respect those aspect which should be disclosed in the report. Okay, the last step is review. Finally, after the report is published, the organization must review the report or step 4, yeah. This review is carried out while the organization is preparing for the next reporting cycle. The review focus on not only the material aspect in previous reporting period, but also reconsider the principle of stakeholder involvement and the sustainability context. The finding from this activity will provide information and input for the identification step in the next reporting cycle. Okay, the next topic is GRI Standard 2021. Okay, before we discuss about GRI Standard, let we know about GRI. What is GRI? Okay, GRI or Global Reporting Initiative is the independent international organization that help business and other organization take responsibility for their impact by providing them with the local common language to communities communicate those impact. It provide the world most widely used standard for sustainability report the GRI standard. The GRI Secretariat is headquartered in Amsterdam, yeah, in the Netherlands, and it have a network of 7 regional office, ensure it can support organization and stakeholder worldwide. Okay. After we know about GRI, we must know about history of GRI. Okay, this the roadmap of history of GRI or Global Report Initiative that start in 1997 and until 2021. Okay. GRI was GRI was founded in Boston in 1997, following public outcry over the environmental damage of the Exxon Valdez oil spill. Or our roots lie in the non-profit organization CERES and the TELUS Institute with the involvement of the UN Environment Program. The aim was to create the first accountability mechanism to ensure companies adhere to responsible environmental conduct principle, which was the broadened to include social, economic, and governance issues. The first version of the was of what was the GRI guidelines or G1 published on 2000, providing the first global framework for sustainability reporting. The following year, GRI was established as an independent non-profit institution. In 2002, GRI relocated to Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and the first update the guidelines G2 launch as demand for GRI reporting and uptake from organization steadily grew. The guidelines were expanded and improved, leading to G3 2006 and G4 in 2030, with participation in sustainability reporting spreading around the world. GRI start opening a series of uh, regional office. This led to the current network of hubs being established in Brazil 2007, China 2009, India 2010, USA 2011, South Africa 2030 and 13, ya. Colombia 2014 and Singapore 2019. GRI Global Conference were held in Amsterdam in 2006 until 2016, with a focus on the more regular regional or virtual summit scenes. In 2000, uh, in 2016, GRI transitioned from providing guidelines to setting first global standard for sustainability reporting, the GRI standard. The standard continued to update and edit to including new topic standard in text 2019 and West 2020. Okay, this is the historical of GRI. Okay, the next topic, let discuss about GRI standard. Okay, after we discuss about GRI, we must know about GRI standard uh, that issues by GRI. Okay, GRI standard are modular system or interconnected standard. They allow organization to publicly report on impact on their activities in structured way that is transparent to stakeholder and other interested parties. Three series of standard support the reporting process. The GRI topic standard it's dedicated to a particular topic and listing disclosure relevant to that topic. GRI sector standard applicable to specific sector, and GRI universal standard which is applied to all organizations. Using the standard to determine what topic or material relevant to report on help organization indicate their contribution, positive or negative, toward sustainable development. Any organization, large or small, private or public, from any sector of location, can use the GRI standard. GRI standard reporters, stakeholders, and other information users draw on the standard. Reporter within the organization use the standard to report on the organization impact in the credible way that is comparable over time and in relation to other organization. The standard also helps stakeholder and other information user understand what is expecting from an organization report and use the information published by organization in various ways. The organization can use disclosure information to assess its policies and strategies or to guide decision making, such as setting goals and target. So stakeholder can also use the information. For example, investor can use reported information to assess how organization integrates sustainable development into its strategy to identify financial risk and evaluate its long-term success. The information provided can also help other information users, such as analysts and policymaker in benchmarking and forming policy, and academic in their research. Okay, the structure of the GRI standard, we can look at the and in this picture there are three dividing of the GRI standard. The first is a universal standard, sector standard, and the last one is topic standard. Let's discuss one by one. Okay. The GRI standard are modular system comprising three series of standard: the GRI universal standard, sector standard, and topic standard. Each standard begin with the detailed explanation of how to use it. The standard contain disclosure which provide structure mean for an organization to report information about itself and its impact. The disclosure can have requirement and can also include recommendation. Requirement lists the information an organization must report or instruction it must comply with the report in accordance with the GRI standard. Recommendation indicate that certain information or a particular course of action is encouraged, though not compulsory. Guidance to facilitate understanding can include background information, explanation, and example. GRI Universal Standard. GRI Universal Standard apply to all organizations and consists of the following: GRI 1 Foundation 2021 or GRI 1 outline the purpose of the GRI standard, clarifies a critical concept, and explain how to use the standard. It is the requirement that is organization comply with to report in accordance with the GRI standard. It also specified the principles such as accuracy, balance, and variability, fundamental to good quality reporting. GRI number 2 or GRI General Disclosure 2021 or GRI 2 contains disclosure relating to detail about and organization structure, and reporting practices, activities for and worker, governance, strategy, policies, practice, and stakeholder engagement. This give insight to the organization profile and scale and help in providing a context for understanding and organization impact. And number three is GRI 3, Material Topic 2021, or GRI 3. Explain the step by which an organization can determine the topic most relevant to lead to its impact. It's a material topic and describe how the sector standard are used in this process. It also contain disclosure for reporting its list of material topic, the process by which the organization has determined its material topic, how it manage each topic. Okay. The type of number two is GRI sector standard. The GRI sector standard intend to increase the quality, completeness, and consistency of reporting by organization. Standard by the develop for 40 sector, starting with lose the highest impact, such as oil and gas, agriculture, aquaculture, and fishing. The standard list topic that are likely to be material mass organization in given sector and indicate relevant disclosure to report on this topic. In if an applicable sector standard in is available, organization obligate or required to use the when reporting with the GRI standard. Okay. The number three is GRI topic standard. The GRI topic standard contain disclosure for providing information on topic. Example include standard on waste, occupational health and safety, and tax. Each standard incorporates an overview of the topic disclosure and specific to the topic and how an organization manage it associate impact. An organization selects those topic standard that correspond the material topic it is determined and use them for reporting. Okay. The next is the reporting process. There are five step to reporting process. Number one is identifying and assessing impact. Number two is determining material topic, and number three is reporting disclosure, and number four is reporting in accordance with the GRI standard. And we can look the illustrate in this figure. This figure can describe reporting use the GRI standard, yeah. And the last is navigating a report. Okay. If uh, you want to any explanation about the reporting process, you can look from my paper, or you can look at GRI standard, because in this video is distinguished by duration, yeah. Okay. I think that's all of my presentation. Oh yeah, I want uh to s- to s- to show for you about mapping between differentiation between GRI 2020 2021 or GRI standard 2016. Okay. In GRI in revise, yeah, uh, there are more revise or minor revision or addition or remove standard, yeah, in uh in the latest GRI. for the example of revision, a minor revision from GRI number 2 is section the organization and its reporting practice. It my that is minor revision, and the organization profile it that is remove another uh, additional information can adding revision or remove by apa namanya by GRI 2021. You can look at this Excel. I shared to our group, yeah, our group, and you can look at the differentiation between GRI 2021 and GRI 2016 in this Excel. Okay, I think that's all our topic, and thank you for your attention, and I hope you can good idea from my explanation, and I'm sorry for the last uh, for for my late, yeah, for my late to send my presentation, and see you in the next video about about sustainability reporting on management approach, ya. Oke, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.